Across every corner of Africa, from the burning sands of the Sahara to the dense rainforests of the Congo, there exists a profound bond between the visible and the invisible realms. For thousands of years, African societies have turned to the sacred art of divination, not as mere fortune-telling, but as a channel of ancestral wisdom. From intricate systems like Ifa in Nigeria to bone casting by sangomas in the southern regions, these practices reflect the spiritual richness and diversity of African cultures. In these varied landscapes, divination is a sacred dialogue between humans, their ancestors, divine forces, and the spirits of nature. It goes far beyond predicting outcomes. It is a sacred exchange that bridges time, energy, and dimensions. Practices such as Ifa, rooted in Yoruba tradition, draw on the knowledge of the Orixis, divine forces of nature. Through the guidance of the Babalawo, a priest trained to interpret spiritual messages using sacred tools like cowrie shells, buzios, or the divination chain upon Ifa. In southern Africa, sangomas, revered as spiritual healers, cast bones and symbolic objects to receive answers from the ancestral world. Cowrie shells, once used as currency across West Africa, are also employed in divination, their positions revealing deep insights. These same shells later became central to Afro-descendant spiritual systems throughout the Americas, especially in Afro-Brazilian traditions. Other forms include the Fa system practiced by the Fon and Ewe peoples of Togo, and even the ancient divination techniques of Egypt, where priests once interpreted the will of the gods to guide their pharaohs. While methods vary, the purpose remains the same: to find clarity, restore balance, heal, and uphold spiritual and social order. Not all knowledge was meant for the eyes, but if you've made it this far, maybe you're ready. Subscribe and keep listening to what the world refuses to say. At the heart of these practices is ancestral reverence, where the departed are seen as protectors, counselors, and carriers of timeless knowledge. Though often misunderstood or misrepresented, African divination is complex, symbolic, and very much alive. It is not superstition. It is a sacred science used by kings, elders, and everyday people to restore harmony and reconnect with the divine. It has survived centuries, evolving with time, while preserving its spiritual core. Recognizing and honoring these traditions is essential. They are not relics, they are living practices, deeply rooted in identity, memory, and spirituality. Even in today's modern world, they remain a source of guidance, healing, and ancestral memory, living proof that the wisdom of the ancients still resonates in the present. More than ritual acts, African divination guides decisions, heals wounds, offers counsel, and maintains harmony. In the Ifa tradition, the Babalawo communicates with the Orixis using shells and sacred chains to reveal divine answers. Sangomas, deeply connected to the spirit world, cast bones and sacred items to decode messages from beyond. Cowrie shells, once currency, became spiritual tools and remain key in Afro-diasporic religions. Beyond guidance, these rites preserve the cultural and spiritual heritage of African people. Though often misinterpreted, these sacred systems demand respect. They are not folklore, they are vibrant, profound, and continue to shape the lives of millions. Yet beneath the sacred rituals and ancestral wisdom lies a truth many fear to face: that knowledge drawn from the unseen comes at a price. Divination is not always comforting. The messages that surface may shatter illusions, reveal betrayals, or expose hidden fates long sealed by silence. To consult the spirits is to risk hearing what one may not wish to know. Across Africa, diviners are both revered and feared, seen as those who walk between life and shadow, guardians of truths too heavy for the uninitiated. The bones do not lie, the shells do not flatter. These ancient paths demand humility, courage, and reverence. For those who listen with sincerity, the spirits speak, but not all who seek answers are prepared for them. In a world chasing light, African divination reminds us, truth also lives in the dark, and sometimes it is in the shadow where the deepest wisdom hides.